Hi, welcome to having a happy morning routine. If you don't know who I am, which I see some very familiar faces, if you don't know who I am, my name is Stefanie Thayer. Most of my friends call me Steph. I'm a certified health coach. I'm also a sports nutritionist, among other random things.
I missed the memo about wearing headphones.
No headphones for you. Do you have a name?
Oh yeah, Craig. Yeah.
What?
Was noticing there's a predominance of headphones on.
You could go grab some from the kids.
Which is very relaxing. That'll be my part later on. But
do you want to say what you do?
Oh, I'm a general surgeon and a health coach.
There you go. So we just wanted to share some good nuggets with you tonight, add value to your life. You can take notes if you want to, but you don't have to. At the end of this, if you message me, I will send you a pretty little handout. You can put it up in the mirror if you want to remind yourself. And I called it the happy morning routine. So I'm going to just start with what the definition of routine is. It just means a sequence of actions to be regularly followed. So it can be whatever you want it to be. We are just going to share some best practices and why you might want to add some of these things into your life. I think, do you care if we share this?
No. Yeah.
Okay. First thing I'm going to talk about is consistency. Consistency is king. Consistency is so important. So we create patterns whether we mean to or not, and that matters. So try to go to bed. This isn't about sleep. We could do a whole one about sleep, but try to go to bed at similar times and try to wake up at a similar time. There's a lot of people out there that say, you need to get up at 5 a.m. to start your day. Well, maybe not. Most of us have a natural, it's like a biorhythm, right? There's some term for it. Yeah. You might be a night owl. You might be a morning person. Either one is fine, but what you want to do is be consistent with whatever your pattern is. So 35% of adults report that they do not get enough sleep or feel rested. It's really serious, you guys. So be as consistent as possible. This makes this hard. If you have weekend events and you're out extra late compared to normal, and then you wake up, you're probably not going to feel as good, right? So it's sometimes hard to be consistent, but the more consistent you are, the better you are going to do.
Go ahead. Just adding, bright lights, there's a setting on your phone that can turn it to a darker image at night. It is key. And then not watching or playing videos close to bedtime because your brain's all fired up and ready to go. So same with TV shows that are violent or suggestive in any other ways can wire you for a later time to fall asleep.
We currently have teenagers in the house, and that's a real struggle because they want to be doing their tech or whatever until bedtime, and then they can't fall asleep. So that's kind of the first thing, because if you don't get a good night's sleep, it makes it hard to have a good day and be present. I know it sounds so simple and silly, but it's really, really important. So one of the things I found personally when I was more consistent with my bedtime routine, I actually started waking up earlier. So you'll see if you give yourself those patterns, it's going to end up better for you. You want to allow enough time in the morning. So we are in a society that is very fast paced. You may want to roll out of bed, you hit the snooze button and then you're rushed and you get out the door. If you're rushed like that, that is going to impact your entire day. So I would give yourself a little bit of extra time, more time than you think that you need. The second section that I'm going to talk about is when you actually wake up. So it's actually time to wake up. Ideally, you wouldn't have an alarm to wake up. Most of us have an alarm. I know, I see the eyes. I saw it. Okay, I have a funny story. Sorry, we have 5 kids. Our second daughter could not wake up in the morning, and she was like student body president, and she had 0 period. They had to be there really early, and she wanted to straighten her hair. She had 5 or 6 different alarms in her room, and some of them would wobble. We had the one that would light up. They would say foreign names. Yeah. And we would put them all over. So she'd have to get up. She'd throw them. She'd go back to sleep. I mean, and now she doesn't need an alarm. It's kind of funny. But so some people really, really struggle with this. The other thing is, if you can get a natural light alarm clock, that will serve you much better. So what that does is it slowly turns your room from dark into light. And if you are using a regular alarm, just make sure it's not a siren. I mean, who wants to wake up to like that is not a pleasant way to start your day. Mine is actually Don't Stop Believing. So that's the song I wake up to every morning.
Phil would like this. I use the Starship Enterprise alarm. Red alert, you know, that's probably the best alarm of all time.
It is not the best alarm. Okay. This is something that does not come natural to me. I have to make an effort for this. When you roll yourself out of bed, make your bed. It could be just pulling the sheet and the cover up. There is an amazing YouTube, and I will send you these notes if you ask me for them, video by a Navy SEAL Admiral when he's retiring. His name is William McCraven, and he talks about why you should make your bed. And it's really profound. And my mom would get mad. Like, I can't, fold the sheets in. I'm not saying it has to be perfect, but what you want is when you walk by your room, hey, I already did something today, right? I'm accomplished. And actually, you're not a natural cleaner either, and you will do it also, right?
Right.
It is kind of nice.
Right. You have accomplished something for the day.
Right, exactly. So the next thing is, okay, so you've rolled out of bed, you pulled your sheets up. If you need to go adjust your thermostat, usually it's because you have it really cold, back to a normal temperature, go ahead and do that. If it's cold time of year, have slippers by your bed. I know that's so simple, but just to get you cozy, get you warm, get you going for the day. And then you want to open the blinds in your room. So I actually have the blinds completely open at this one window because the sunrise comes through that window. So every morning I get to see the sunrise. But there's something that happens with natural light. That's why I recommended the alarm clock that has the light. It gives you all kinds of happy chemicals in your body and just gets you going. It's why they suggest, going outside in the morning. This one may be controversial. Weigh yourself. So I do this for accountability. We are health coaches. I go to the bathroom first because I want to weigh as little as possible. And I make sure I'm completely naked and I don't drink my water yet. I see some of you laughing. You can do it however you want, but I'm in it to win it. And so any little ounce makes me feel better. And not that it's not about losing weight. It's about accountability to self.
Are you going to tell about the plastic bag that you wear to sweat when you wake up? Then weigh?
No, I never did that. I didn't do wrestling.
Yeah.
After you weigh yourself, have a nice glass of water. Most of us wake up dehydrated. I know there's a lot of folks that stop drinking later in the evening so that they don't have to go to the bathroom. And then a lot of us, my next thing and the most important is I go make coffee. If you can automatically set something, awesome. If you're a tea person, but I try to get one good glass of water in before I start with my caffeine because it's so easy for us to just have that caffeine and then we're not paying attention to how much water we've had, right? Yeah, so coffee makes me really, really happy.
And that makes your body subjects calm. So that makes you real calm when you're part of the caffeine.
That's
but
true.
no, I'm the Zen guy. So calming yourself. So I think for me anyway, an interesting phenomenon is get into the scripture and do some reading and be grateful for life. If you're overstressed, take a deep breath. I mean, that's the training action that athletes do in the diathlon and the Olympics when they have to shoot. Same with police when they have to calm themselves down to get rid of the tremor in their hand because their adrenaline's just pumping so much. So just some reflection, being grateful, and try a day of not doing that and see how it goes, and then go, okay, maybe this does work. The other thing's earthing, which is grounding. It's interesting, Moses, when he was facing God, the burning bush, he was called twice because us guys don't listen the first time. So Moses.
I didn't say it.
And so he told him to take his shoes off. Interesting phenomenon, but I think that's because he wants him grounded to the earth, which is God's creation, right? So, but it does work. It just helps you connect, reduces inflammation, pain, and stress, improves blood flow. sleep and vitality. So
if you don't know what that is, I like to go on my back or front porch and sit, and that's great. But if you can take your shoes off and actually like stand in the dirt or stand in the grass, there is something about connecting you to the earth. I thought it was corny, and then I did it, and it does feel pretty amazing. Did you want us to share anything else about that or no?
No,
You good?
it's,
Okay, so if you're not a believer, because obviously we're a believer, you can still do things like meditation. There are some great apps to guide you, because our society is so busy and fast that we don't take that time to kind of sit down. And I also really recommend in this time gratitude. You know, it's easy to know where our struggles are, but we have so much to be grateful for, so much that we are blessed by. And so just keep that in perspective, you guys. The next part is your desired day, right? So if you're praying, meditating, reflecting, like I like to say, if you can have an hour before you have to go, awesome. That may not be realistic. You might grab a great quote and then that's it. That was your calm section, right? So the desired day is really like visualizing your day. And I know this probably sounds so simple, but athletes do this. The people that win are the ones that visualize it. They're the ones that high five themselves in the morning in the mirror, right? It makes a difference. If you can journal, great. I'm not a natural journaler. It has changed my life, just writing down what I'm thankful for. If you have extra time, a little bit of reading is probably good for you. Affirmations is something that I think is really important with your day, and just saying, you know, I'm grateful for my job. I'm excited for the day. I am going to have a successful week. I help people. You know, I am lovable, whatever. There may be things that you need to work through that are a struggle. Oftentimes our biggest enemy is our mindset. It's not anyone else, it's us. So if we can start our morning, I'm gonna mute you. If we can start our morning with that positive mindset and telling ourselves those things, because it takes a while to unlearn some of the stuff that we've told ourselves over the years. And then, of course, you got to eat, have a good meal. I know so many people don't want to have breakfast. You guys, it's the most important meal of the day. And this isn't a talk about health with your weight, but if you care about that, you should care about breakfast. There's a high correlation with healthy weight and eating breakfast. If you don't like breakfast, make yourself a smoothie. I don't care. Just do something, add something, because what happens is it gets your metabolism going. Your mind can think. Do you want to say anything?
yeah, cortisol, which is a stress hormone from your adrenal gland, is got two peaks. One's in the evening, one's in the morning. So it drives your glucose down because it needs to go in the cell to be used, and also makes you make more by burning muscle instead of fat. So eat something that keeps you from burning up your muscle.
Yeah, and if you're a gym person, you don't want to give up that muscle. There's a lot of work in there to make those little muscle lines happen. At least for me, they're little lines, but you know, it's well deserved. The last part of a good morning is really self-care. So if you can do 5 to 10 minutes of movement, it might be when you were earthing in the ground. If you want to, you know, do a lap in your backyard. If you did 20 minutes of movement, which a lot of people can't do in the morning, maybe you can do it at lunchtime or in the afternoon. But if you can do that, that's equivalent to having a hit of Ritalin or Prozac, which, by the way, anxiety is the #1 thing I hear. So just that movement will serve your body better than one of those pills. It also leads to better energy all day, and then it will also help you sleep better at night. So do you see how it's a connected cycle, right? And I always feel better if I can work out first thing in the morning, but it is hard. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a first thing in the morning workouter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you?
I
Yeah.
used to be, yeah.
And then, of course, you know, you got to shower, brush your teeth, put some deodorant on, maybe makeup, whatever you need.
Please.
And thank you. We did move to the South. It's a little more humid here, so the sweat is more serious. And then I think this one I struggled with because I have not always taken good care of myself as far as appearance. But one of my mentors said this, and I thought it was so good. Dress in something that makes you feel good about yourself. And it could be workout clothes. It could be your favorite shirt with a saying. It could be a pretty dress, whatever. I think that's so important. You know, if we don't go out in the day, like just feeling good about what we have on, that is not going to serve us, right? And so I think that's a nice little sweet piece of advice. And then that sort of just summarizes really being able to go out and have a good day. So consistency is your friend, right? When you wake up, simple little things like making your bed and seeing the sunshine, giving yourself some time for calm and reflection, and then looking at how you want your day to go and visualize that, and then a little bit of self-care before you get out the door. And a bonus, I think, is music. So if I know so many people now work from home, but if you have to drive in the car, consider putting on really positive music, your favorite band, whatever. I listen to a lot of sermons in the car, but it is hard to have a bad attitude when you get out of the car, when you've been rocking out to some of your favorite stuff and singing it because nobody else can hear in the car, right?
Mm-hmm. True.
Anything else you want to say?
No, I agree. I mean, I think, feeling good for yourself, appearance-wise or otherwise, just makes you a little more energy, a little more confidence, and be a little more bold and love on somebody else. So
we also, there's a lot of things in here that we suggested, right? So take one. This is not, I don't want you to wake up and go, oh man, I have this long to-do list. Think of one of these things you're not doing and add it into your life. Just one that serves you. If you hate one of these ideas, don't try it. Don't add that into your life. It's perfectly fine. This is just to be a reference to help you. So if you would like that, shoot us, just shoot a little message to whoever invited you and I'll email it out. And then I think we're going to do another one next month. We might do one on sleeping or that sort of thing. If anybody has a question, you can unmute or you can put a comment in. Otherwise, we will wrap it up. So I'll wait just a minute to see.
anybody have any questions?
I have a question to ask. When trying to establish a morning routine for yourselves and trying to keep all this positive energy moving forward, what would you recommend if you either recently went through being sick or you ended up going on a vacation or something that kind of disrupts your entire routine or rhythm? What would you recommend trying to then get back onto it?
Okay, so I have two different answers. So if you're sick, sleep is number one. So if you're tired, just keep sleeping, right? Because that's where your body's going to repair itself for sure. But if you are just, you went on vacation or whatnot, make yourself get up, because the hardest thing is you stay up late, then you want to sleep in late, then that's really hard to do. So you've got to kind of bite the bullet and have one day where you're really tired and you're going to have to get up that early. And then by the evening, you're going to be tired and ready for bed. The other thing, especially with sick, is, electrolytes, all the proper vitamins, or I'm a huge fan of homeopathic things. So essential oils, all the vitamins, whatever, just make sure you're getting good advice and not, taking an excess of things, because those things can also hurt you if you're having too much. You're actually a doctor.
I think if you're coming back from vacation and you've been having a good time and you come back to work that you're not totally satisfied with, then try to find the positive things in that job, and you're making a difference in people's lives, generally will help. And if you enjoy your job, then think of the things that you love doing and go out there and do it.
There have been a couple people in life that I've interacted with that had what you might consider a medial job, not something impactful. And they did it I'm going to say to their best of their ability, and were positive and just took it on. And I think sometimes it's making a decision to be present. Some of us don't have fun jobs or school or whatever. And it starts here. And because all we can control is our attitude and our reactions, you can't control any of this. And that's why some of this, I think, starting your morning in a positive way, if you guys start to implement some of these things, you will notice on a day that you skip, because your day will not be as good. Did that answer you, Philip?
Yes, but could you repeat the last 15 seconds? You broke up and turned all robotic for a moment.
Oh, I don't know what I even said the last 15 seconds.
This is Roboto.
Oh, I think I just said you can only control your attitude and your reactions. And, you know, there is going to be chaos happening all around you. And if you start implementing some of these things and then you have a rushed morning, I bet you midway through that day, you're going to realize you didn't do your routine and it's impacting your day. Yeah, I see your smile. It's true. You know, I'm right. Anyone else? All righty. Nobody is
Thanks,
unmuted.
guys. Yeah.
Thanks so much. And
Good
yeah, I
job.
already got a message about sending the notes out. So just let me know and have a great evening.